Hello everyone, my name is Evan Jones. I'm the Director of Youth Ministries here at Custer Road. This video is for anyone who has been on the Crossville mission trip before and is returning. This is the returning participant video. This video is only
9 minutes and 10 seconds.
And so we really need you to actually watch it in its entirety, because when you get home and you're confused about how to get your t-shirt, then I'm going to know that you didn't watch this video, right? And so we need you to actually watch it. This is much less painful than sitting in the upper room listening to people talk all about the packing list, which you know all about. And so here it is. Let's get started. Just a reminder that we do this by the alphabet, and so there's different staggered times, so it's not so crazy for truck loading. Be sure and check in before you drop your bags off, just like we have for the last couple of years. We want to be sure that we have all your forms and everything else before you put your stuff on the truck. If you can't be at the church Friday, you must get someone else to check your stuff in and check you in on Friday night. There's nothing that's going to be loaded on Saturday morning, and so we need to be sure that all of your stuff is at the church Friday night. On Saturday morning, July 6th, when we meet, instead of meeting typically in the parking lot, which we have in the past, we're going to meet in the sanctuary. In the sanctuary. In the sanctuary. In the sanctuary. This is so that you can hear people better, we can get organized, we can do a little devotional and remind ourselves why we're going on this trip. And the two trips, Denver and Crossville, can kind of be at the same place at the same time. And then we will get into our van groups and we will walk outside. We won't run, it won't be chaos, and we have a plan. We'll do it like we have in years past. We'll get in van groups, and then you'll be dismissed by group to pick your van. You will need to check in the narthex before going into the sanctuary, before we get started that morning. You're going to get a whole packing list by email, as always, here in a couple days and as we get closer to the trip. But I want to be sure that there are 3 things that you know about. The first thing is that you bring money for lunch on Saturday and lunch on Sunday. Pack a couple extra bucks for lunch and be prepared to eat fast food. Number 2 is be sure and bring a poncho. Many of you learned last year that it rains, and sometimes it rains a lot. Some of you didn't have ponchos last year. Please be sure and bring a poncho. And finally, be sure and bring a camp chair. Those are really important. You can get those at Academy for a couple bucks. Just a reminder about some things not to bring. A reminder that you can't bring electronics. Once we get to camp, cell phones are picked up, and so leave everything electronic at home. If you want to bring your cell phone for the van ride there and the van ride home, that's totally fine. But just remember that when we get to Crossville, it's going to be picked up. Also, just a reminder, if your cot busted last year and you're buying a new one, don't buy a cot with the pointy legs. Pointy legs are very bad for tents. And so all cots must have rounded legs. There are 4 exits inside the van. 2 in the front, 1 in the side, and 1 in the back. Your seatbelt needs to be worn at all times in the van. It needs to be worn low and tight across your hips. In case of a water emergency, your exit row path light will be illuminated. Seatbelts are the most important, though. You need to be wearing your seatbelts all the time. So you cannot sit like this or like this. You can't sit like this, or like this, or like this. You need to wear your seatbelt all the time in the van. Anytime we're in the van, you must have your seatbelt on. And now with some exciting news about Camp Crummy, here is Leanne Lacasio.
Hi, I'm Leanne, and I'm very excited you're going on mission trip this year. A couple of things I want you to remember. Our theme this year for the day camp is going to be a circus theme. So when you're thinking about group names or things you might want to bring for your campers, like the bandanas, you might want to have that in mind. We're really excited to be playing circus games, to be doing art that's based off the circus, and I'm even talking to Rafe about singing some circus songs. If you are at any point having an issue or a question that involves anything revolving around the day camp, please feel free to find me and ask at any point. I would rather help you than you be frustrated or in a situation that you're not sure of what's going on. Also, please remember that the kids come first. Make sure that they eat first. Make sure that they are your priority, not the other crummy kids that are there at camp. Finally, these kids are seeking attention, so let's give them as much attention that day and every day that they're there as we can.
Thanks, Leanne. It was great to hear your report. Isn't it always so nice to see Leanne's beautiful shining face? Hey, real quick, if you have any special food needs, just a reminder that you can email me, Evan, at ejones@crumc, or you can email Ann Neely, that's A Neely at crumc, to pass on to Libby K if you have special dietary concerns or requests. That's the best way to do that. Don't forget that in order to go rafting, your parents must sign a rafting release. Rafting is a blast and is a great way to finish our trip together, but you can't get on a raft unless your parents have signed a release. And so those are available online right now to download at this website, or you can go and one will be emailed to you as we get closer. If you want to turn it in beforehand, it'll just make Friday check-in easier, and you can get that to Ann Neely in the church office. Here is our lost and found policy. Anything that's left after the trip, we're going to leave in the upper room for a period of 5 days, and 5 days only. If it's not claimed in 5 days, it will be donated to a local homeless shelter, and we'll wash it first because that's just disgusting. But it'll get donated, and your charitable contribution will be noted, and thank you. So if you get home and you unpack and you realize that you've left your shoes or you've left your bathing suit, everything will be in the upper room for only 5 days, and after that, it will be gone. Before we get to Saturday, July 13th, I actually want to talk about Sunday, July 14th. And just a reminder that we are all going to wear our mission trip shirts. We're all going to sit together at the 8:30 worship service. And we're going to actually talk in the worship services here about the mission trips to Denver and Crossville. And so it would be great to see you that morning in worship with your family at 8:30 wearing your mission trip shirts. On Saturday, July 13th, and it's our unloading process, which is usually pretty chaotic and pretty crazy and not always fun because we're really tired. And so we're going to do things differently this year that I think is going to make it easier on you. We have asked parents to be a part of a welcome home team, and they're going to unload. Hey parents, it's not too late. If you would like to be a part of that unload team, you can contact Ron Barentine, and that's his email right there. You can email Ron, and Ron will get you connected in the right place at the right time upon our arrival to help us unload, and it will be a lot easier. Everyone is going straight to the 17 acres instead of to the church or to the shed, and your van is responsible for cleaning the van. Once the van is clean, your driver will give you a ticket, which will get your t-shirt. And you can't get a t-shirt without the ticket. That way all the vans get clean and no one is stuck cleaning a million vans, etc. So just remember that when we get back, you'll be responsible for cleaning the van, but not unpacking the stuff. You're welcome. I think that's a pretty good deal. All you have to do is clean the van, take your stuff, grab your shirt, and you can head home. All right, I think that's it for now. Look for emails as we get closer so that we can be sure and include you. If you're not getting emails from us regularly now, you can email me at ejones@crumc.org to get added to the Crossville email list. Looking forward to seeing you on mission trip this year. It's going to be awesome.